We are going to start the English medium discussion, and of course, as many of you know, we have already appointed this topic, Sutta. But before going to that, if there are any interview reports or any suggestions or any criticisms or any observations wish to present to the forum, we'll take a few minutes if you have. So, yes, Mike,
this follows on a little bit from the Sampajanya last time. I was walking to the Dhammajiva and pain arose in the back. First I was aware of the feet moving, then stabbing pains in the back arose, and I realized that the pain was triggered by thoughts at the back of my head. So I managed to let go of the thoughts that were so critical. So I managed to let go of the thoughts and the pain disappeared. On the way back, I thought, I'd try metta, fill this mind space with more positive, and that worked also. The transition during the satmang, again those back pains, stabbings arose. But this time the thoughts were like a grumpy little old man nuttering in the background. There was not actually, there was a quality of critical or negative or mild irritation. There wasn't actually discernible thoughts of subjects.
So whenever you invite clear comprehension, the Sampajanya, you keep primary object together with all the other background objects. So usually I put it this way. You have primary object, you have sounds, you have pains, you have thoughts. As far as no Sampajanya, you always select primary object and put others as secondary object or daydreaming or fantasizing or unmindfulness. But whenever your mind is mature enough, you are let them in, and still you can see your mind is choosing. Is choosing the primary object. No, but more chances for the other, including the disadvantageous things to come in. I mean, we have open discussion. We know the forum, we know the people, but anyone who is coming unexpected and unprepared can come and sit. They're not vehemently chasing them out. Likewise, we let the pain, thoughts and so on, and then you can observe, that's the benefit of mindfulness, your mind is choosy, not only the primary object. Out of these distractions, you are always selecting only one. Whenever you select pain, primary object disappears, sound disappears, thoughts disappears. And you are talking about storytelling about the pain. And the day you see thoughts, pain thoughts, and things are happening like them, and no sounds. And sounds insignificant. Pain insignificant. Primary object may be present, but don't give the primary. So likewise, you can see your underlying tendencies. You can see your directed dispositions. When you give fairly equal chances, the things are intruding into a stream of consciousness. It is pre-decided. Only by giving an equal chance and be prepared, you can see whenever we go buffet diet, we have our preference. Whatever you serve into your plate, never the same for two people. So we can say we have gone to the buffet and we have eaten, it's good, it's bad, whatever may be. But you are talking nonsense. You are talking about the 1/100th of the varietal entertainment, of course you have consumed. But your choice is narrowing down, selective. And you are talking about what you eat, the taste, the nutriment content, and the poisoning effect, or the junk food, whatever it may be. Not the person who serves the table, but the person, you, as the person who is selecting out of the buffet. So usually our life is without a buffet diet. We have already prepared menu, we eat it and go. But the Sampajanya means you go to buffet diet. It's a new arena. And let the mind to send kites and see the plates. And there is always bias. That is because of underlying tendencies and directed dispositions. Usually we hide them. We do not know. We have not given fair chance, not advantageous chances. So the Buddha says, first give the advantageous and priority selection for the primary object, and when it comes up to a certain level, let the clear comprehension sets in. And then you can see primary object will become less and less significant. All the other things also come, but still your mind is only selecting one and rejecting. Selection, one means rejections of three. So Jnanaponika is writing very clearly in Power of Mindfulness, you don't know you are a criminal. By selecting one, the talking and making stories and fabrication, everything. And you try to permit the whole the society out of your fabrication. But it's a duty to show you, take you into the front of the mirror and let you talk talkative and see, by selecting one, you are rejecting the other three. There may be other options. I am taking an example. So likewise, when you see, you are cutting off ear, nose, tongue, body, and the thoughts. When you are hearing, you cut off ear, nose, tongue, and you are mercenary. You kill them everything, but you don't know. The Sampajanya gives a fair chance. How and what are the priorities, what are the tendencies, what are the dispositions we have. I have. Yeah, I can't think about others. But if he is presenting, I can analyze. But usually, it's a given fact, you can't present what is happening under your very nose. You are talking something edited. So interviews are very, very critical. You have to for confession, declaration, and express yourself. But we have always expressing edited form, never the non-edited. The self is always in the super ego level. You try to be Sudhamata is very good. That's the way you wanted to paint the picture. But we know bloody fool. That is the way always. So you have to be sarcastic, but it is not to put you down. It's to say, I am also in the same game. We in the society. You are painting a big picture. Saying that I am so and so. But other people also have the same weakness, but the Buddha put it into a productive way. We give you the deductive knowledge and inferential knowledge, very, very, very critical. And it has to be done on the spot. Never by analysis tomorrow. Never by analysis your voice cut. Then and there we have to do. But we are very little hesitant because we want to protect our image. We always have that. So that's a good sort of topic to be discussed because we are qualified to go into that point. We are qualified to discuss each other, and it is thrashing others, tarnishing others, and tarnishing yourself. And otherwise, if there is no such interaction, selfishness take up hand. Your egotism take up hand. So therefore, it is a way of talking, but cut off talking. It's very difficult to communicate, but there's no other way. It is called Sakacha Anugaita, discussion. Only in Buddhism we can do because we are practicing human, not the God. Final person is not beyond clouds. So on the ground. Why don't we use it for thrashing each other, but not to put down, but to bring Dhamma. When two things are hitting each other, spark. Action, reaction, spark. Thesis, antithesis, synthesis. So that synthesis is the what we are boiling and giving to the second generation. That is my interpretation. You have to come out. Accept or rejecting is still open.
I can't work out why the mind would choose such an unpleasant dish from the buffet. Like dish of anger or irritation, any size. Why choose that? It must be a pre-existing condition. Now, why not choose something sweet? Better neutral sensations in the feet.
Yeah, that is what the Buddha, soon after his enlightenment, he told, "Ve me bhikkhave anta pabbajitena na sevitapa." For monks, the mendicants must not associate the two extremes. The liking and dislike, I mean, big liking and big dislike. Then you are biased. One eye is closed. One eye person. So everyone is in that boat, in the pool. So we may be if you are looking at on the dislike, you go to the Attakilmatan yoga, you are self-torturing kind of a person. And if you are selecting only the pleasant thing, you are more sensuous pleasure. To the world, you can see how they are extremists, but we have to see the good part of the self-torturing, good part of the self-esteem, and then understanding that, navigate slowly into the middle, and that is kind of a broad view, kind of a view, but very difficult to assimilate by yourself. Buddha already started 2,600 years ago, and our lineage brought it some kind of a living example, human kind of example, and we also have sacrificed so much and come to this point, and they have to understand their values in proper proportion. And then you can see we are qualified. We have potential. We have the possibility, but don't let the mind to go to the self-torturing side. I mean, again and again, occasionally no harm. Not going to the self-motivation or sensuous pleasure. And occasionally going is okay, otherwise you can't verify. And then slowly it is coming, narrowing down to the middle path. I think you are on the way. Okay, as far as no remarks, further we are going to start the traditional canonical topic.
Amen. Answer. So we were discussing Satullapakayika Vagga in the Sagataka Vagga of Samyutta Nikaya. Now we have reached the sutta called Nasanti Sutta. So the procedure that we follow here is that I read the Pali verses, and then Venerable Dhammalankara read the Sinhala translation, and Venerable Dhammosatha reads the English translation, and then we are coming for an open discussion. So the Pali text going like this of Nasanti Sutta. Ekang samayam bhagava savattyam vihirati jetavane anatha pindikassa arami atako sambahula satullapakayika devatayo abhikkantaya rattiya abhikkanta vanna kevala kappan jetavanam obhasetva yena bhagava tena upasankaminsu upasankamitva bhagavantam abhivadetva ekamantam attansu ekamantam tithako eka devata bhagavato santike imang gathayo abhasi na santi kama manujesu nicca santida kamaniyani yesu baddu yesu pamatto apuna gamanam anaganta uriso machu deyati chandang agham chandajang dukkam chanda vinaya agavinaya dukkha vinayoti.
නසන්ති සූත්‍රය එක් කලක භාග්‍යවතුන් වහන්සේ සවැත් නුවර සමීපයේදී ජේතවන නම් වූ අනේ පිඬු සිටුගේ ආරම්භී වැඩවසන සේක. එකල්හි මනා චවිවර්ණ ඇති බොහෝ වූ සතුල්ලපකායක දේවතාවෝ පෙරයම ඉක්ම ගිය කල මුළු දෙවුරම බබළුවා භාග්‍යවතුන් වහන්සේ වෙත එළඹියහ. එළඹ භාග්‍යවතුන් වහන්සේ වැඳ එකත් පසක සිටියහ. එකත් පසක සිටි එක් දෙවියෙක් භාග්‍යවතුන් වහන්සේගේ සමීපයේදී මේ ගාථා කීය. මිනිසුන් කෙරෙහි නිත්‍ය වූ කාමයෝ නැත. යම් කාම වස්තුන් කෙරෙහි බැඳුරු යම් කාම වස්තුන්හි ප්‍රමත්ත වූ පුරුෂතමේ මෘතුදේහ සංඛ්‍යාත සසරින් අප අකුණරාගමන සංඛ්‍යාත නිවනට නොපැමිණෙන්නේ වේද එබඳු වූ ඉෂ්ඨාලම්බනයෝ මේ ලෝකයේ ඇත. පංචස්කන්ධ දුක්ඛය තෘෂ්ණා ඡන්දයෙන් හටගත්තේය. පංචෝපාදානස්කන්ධ දුක්ඛය තෘෂ්ණා ඡන්දයෙන් හටගත්තේය. තෘෂ්ණාව දුරු කිරීමෙන් පංචස්කන්ධය දුක්ඛය දුරු කිරීම වේ. පංචස්කන්ධ දුක්ඛය දුරු කිරීමෙන් සියලු සංසාර දුක්ඛය දුරු කිරීම වේ.
The title of this sutta is There Are No from Bhikkhu Bodhi's English translation. On one occasion, the Blessed One was dwelling at Savatthi in Jeta's Grove, Anathapindika's park. Then, when the night had advanced, a number of devatas belonging to the Satullapa host of stunning beauty, illuminating the entire Jeta's Grove, approached the Blessed One. Having approached, they paid homage to the Blessed One and stood to one side. Then one devata, standing to one side, recited the verse in the presence of the Blessed One. There are among humans no permanent sensual pleasures. Here there are just desirable things. When a person is bound to these, heedless in their midst, from death's realm he does not reach the state of no more coming back.
And then the sutta goes like this. Nate kamayani chitrani loke sankhapparago purisassa kamo. Itthanti chitrani tatheva loke atetta dhira vinayanti chandam.
ලෝකයේහි විචිත්‍ර වූ යම් රූපාදී අරමුණු ඇද්ද ඔහු කාමයෝ නොවේ. පුරුෂයාගේ සුභාදී වශයෙන් සංකල්පිත රාගය තෙමේ කාමයයි. ලෝකයේහි විසිතුරු වූ රූපාදී අරමුණු එසේම සිටි. වැලි පණ්ඩිතයෝ මේ ආරම්භණයන්හි ඡන්ද රාගය දුරු කෙරේ.
Misery is born of desire. Suffering is born of desire. By the removal of desire, misery is removed. By the removal of misery, previous one. Excuse me, Vanaya will continue. And the Blessed One said, they are not sensual pleasures, the world's pretty things. Man's sensuality is the intention of lust. The pretty things remain as they are in the world, but the wise remove the desire from them.
Then Buddha, I think it's Buddha continues, right? Yeah, now the Buddha is actually continuing as an answer to the question by the deity. Now Buddha is telling further, Kodan jahe vippa jahe yamanam, sanyojanam sabbang atikkameya, tang nama rupasmin asajjamanam, අකිංචනං නානු පතන්ති දුක්ඛා.
ක්‍රෝධය දුරු කරන්නේය. මානය විශේෂින් බැහැර කරන්නේය. සියලු සංයෝජන ඉක්මවන්නේය. නාම රූප දෙකී නොයැලෙන රූපාදී පරිබෝධ රහිත වූ ඒ ශීනාශ්‍රවයා මතුයෙහි සංසාර දුක්ඛය නොවැටේ.
One should discard anger, cast off conceit, transcend all the fetters. No suffering torment one who has nothing, who does not adhere to name and form.
Then next, further Buddha continues, Ahasi sankhang nacha mana majjaga, achecchi tanhang idha nama rupe, tang chinna ganthang anighang nirasam, pariyesamana najjagamu, deva manussa idhava hurangva, saggesuva sabda නිවේසනේසුති.
යමෙක් සත්ව ප්‍රඥප්තිය දුරු කෙලේද මානයට නොපැමිණියේද මේ නාම රූප දෙකී තෘෂ්ණාව සිදළුවේද තුන්කල තෘෂ්ණා ග්‍රන්ථි ඇති නිදුක් වූ ආචාරහිත වූ ඒ ශීනාශ්‍රමයන් වහන්සේ දෙවියෝත් මනුෂ්‍යයෝත් මෙලොවද පරලොවද ස්වර්ගයන්හිද සියලු සත්ව නිවේසනයන්හිද සොයන්නා වූ නමුත් නොලබත්.
He abandoned reckoning, did not assume conceit. He cut off craving here for name and form. Though devas and humans search for him here and beyond, in the heavens and in all abodes, they do not find the one whose knots are cut, the one untroubled, free of longing.
Tanchehi nadakkum tatha vimuttam. Ichayas, within brackets, it's mentioned as Ichayasma Mogaraja. Deva Manusa Idhava Purangva. Naruttamang Attacharang Naranam. Yetang Namassanti Pasansiya Deti.
මොගරාජ ස්ථවිලතෙමේ මෙසේ කීය. ඉදින් දෙවියොත් මනුෂ්‍යයොත් එසේ මිදුණු ඒ සර්වඥයන් වහන්සේ මෙලොවත් පරලොවත් නොදන්නාහුද මිනිසුන්ට හිත වැඩ සලසන නර ශ්‍රේෂ්ඨ වූ ඒ සර්වඥයන් වහන්සේට යම් කෙනෙක් නමස්කාර කෙරෙත් නම් ඔහු පැතසිය යුත්තෝද.
If devas and humans have not seen the one thus liberated here and beyond, said the Venerable Mogaraja, are they to be praised who venerate him, the best of men, faring for the good of humans?
Pasansiya tepi bhavanti bhikkhu, within brackets, Mogarajati Bhagava, yetang namassanti tatha vimuttang, anyaya dhammang vichikicham pahaya, sangatiga tepi bhavanti bhikkhuti.
භාග්‍යවතුන් වහන්සේ මොගරාජය යම් කෙනෙක් එසේ මිදුණු ඒ සර්වඥයන් වහන්සේට නමස්කාර කෙරෙද්ද ඒ භික්ෂුව පැසසිය යුත්තෝත් වෙති. ඒ භික්ෂුව ධර්මය ගැන විචිකිච්ඡාව දුරු කොට රාගාදී සංඝයන්ට ඉක්ම ගියාවුද වෙති.
Those bhikkhus too become worthy of praise, Mogaraja, said the Blessed One, who venerate him, the one thus liberated. But having known Dhamma and abandoned doubt, those bhikkhus become even surmounters of ties.
So it's a very long talking, three people and so much of stanzas, they are completely mixed up. But what I gathered is, because I have heard this Nate Kamayani Chittani Loke, the desirability is not the present word, desirable word. Sankappa rago prisasakam. You have your own likings and disliking. That is your weakness. You have sankappa. You have liking and disliking. Titteva chittanga tevaloke. Let that world to be beautiful or ugly. Atetta dhira vineti chanda. You as a wise person, take care about your likings and dislikings. That is uttered by the Devata or Buddha. So it's a very famous one. When Panyananda again and again used to present it, we try to close naked women with the clothes. This section. And we try to do this and that. Bloody fool things in the world. Instead, mind your business. See likings and dislikings. If you can understand the liking and disliking, the day you come to the no liking, no disliking, there's no sign to say you are existing. Your existence is utterly likings and disliking. So therefore, whenever our mind goes no liking and disliking, we feel so bored, we feel so monotonous, and we hate people, we hate objects, and we hate ourselves. So therefore, there is no such a person. But one of the audience says, if someone is respecting that kind of a person, he is earning so much of merits. But the person has no sign, signless, no manifestation. And wherever he goes, it's an unlocal. We can't pinpoint that particular person is that because he don't express liking and disliking. He is not judgmental. He is not choosy. He is choiceless. So it is quite in our day-to-day behavior that we hate that moment. So therefore, even if it is available, no one can see it. Because you can't see you whenever there is no liking and disliking. You manifest only due to your likings and dislikings. That's called sankhara. That's called manifestations. That is called what you do, or what you wish to do, or your wish, your determination, your likings, all the kind of things. So it is not a crime. in the civilized world. But the Buddha says that's the crux, that's the meaning, that's the main thing you have to take care. That is more manifested when you are living with other people. Then you are alone under the tree. You are alone in a forest. You are alone in a solitude place. So go there and we understand this phenomena and try to understand. There is such a character whereby even the primary object is not there. Even sometimes you can't feel yourself, even your body. And with that understanding, go to the society. Do some work. Listen to the others. And there you can see how I manifest, how I react, how I choose. Everything is pre-decided according to my likings and dislikings. And without going into people, you can't see your mistakes. Without seeing mistake, you can't correct it. But again, you have to come back and meditate alone, solitude, and see your potential is, whether you are in the society or alone, exactly the same. You have to develop, you have to have a plan, how to get rid of this liking and disliking. Then society will reject it. Very famous. Moment you give up, not that you can't, you can, but you are not appreciating, that is a separate issue. But by listening to Dhamma talks and practicing and solitude and going to the society, the day you see it, even you reject yourself, and definitely the society will reject yourself, you develop autistic early range, autistic symptoms of the early autistic signs, closing signs. You are not listening to someone, and looking at someone's face or eyes, and you are becoming introvert, like a turtle tugging all the limbs. So people call this is selfish. People call this is no entertainment. You are very ascetic. You are very uppish kind of thing. So always Thero are this minority in the world. So these supreme qualities, they are very abundant among the people, but it is not for popularity. It is not for beauty of the world. It is not for the advertisement. It is not for the infrastructure development. It is not for the communication development. So they are the one disturbing you, but they are not. They can't help. They can't disturb you. And of course, if you know, so therefore be silent and go to the society and again come back. And there you can see how much you are restraining from liking and disliking. Sankappa rago purusassa kama. And you have to appreciate that person. You have to appreciate yourself, thereby no liking and disliking, no choice. But that is very dull, very monotonous, sleepy. And then you reject it instead of appreciation. So Mogarajam, one of the monkeys, says, if someone is appreciating that kind of a person, or within yourself also, that partially it is available. If you are appreciating, you are already achieved. You don't know. You are already achieved. But we are worshipping the glittering part. That we are searching the truth under the lampposts. Because their light is there. But the truth is, may or may not be there. Have you heard about the Nissarana joke? Nissarana is a very famous person from the Arabic culture. And he often go to the palace, living with the simple people and the crazy fellow. And everyone respect and everyone knows. One day in the dusk, he was searching under a light post. And very seriously. So one known person came, Mullah, Nissarana, what are you searching? I lost my key badge. I also can come because now you have to go to the room, you have to find a key, searching. And when the two people are searching, third person came, fourth person came, fifth person came. Everywhere, they search by each blade of grass. No. Then they ask question, was it a bunch or one single key? It was a bunch. Then what's the black color or blue color? It's the black color. Which area? Where did you lose it? Lost it? I lost it in my room. Huh? He says, I lost in my room. So you are searching under the light, because in my room there is no electricity. It's dark. I am searching under the light post. Every human being, within themselves, they know it is lost in the dark. It is lost in the boredom. It is lost in the monotony. It is lost in the uncertainty. It is lost in the fear. But we have fear of freedom, fear of unknown. So we are searching, going behind the Buddha, the Jesus Christ, and the Muslim fellows, and we are searching behind the right people. But you lost it, not there. You have to search where it is lost. And you verily knows. But you have a phobia to go to the source. There is no light. So these are very, very, Eric Fromm wrote a book, Fear of Freedom, Fear of Unknown. We know everywhere, we know, whereby the senses can detect. Senses can exemplify, senses can pinpoint. But the truth is not exemplified, it's non-local. Senses can't understand it, so senses get lost. So you feel vomitish, you feel monotonous, you feel nauseating, allergic reactions, because your senses will be negated. But the trip starts. So this is my way of interpretation. But I think this particular stanza, Nati Kamayana Chittani Loke, yeah, we find in other places also. Katakurunde presented it. And people are searching where beauty. Buddha says Rupa Pamana. Rupa Pamana means everyone is searching wherever it is beautiful to the whole world. And BBC presented human civilization right from the beginning and to the end. At the end, they put the symbol Sophia Lorenz on the beautiful carbonate and displaying her as a peak of our civilization. Most beautiful girl, that is the civilization. That's the end of our civilization. Super Bowl. So we are leading, we are chasing behind it. But in this very world, Buddha arose. They respect the Buddha, not to the Sophia Loren, not to the Chasha, not to the Lady Gaga. Who run the world, girls? Who run the world, girls? Very famous. That's the way civilization is explained by BBC. I got that book. That if you are respecting to the person who is nowhere, I mean non-local, and the person who has no sign, that's why the Buddha statues and others are not respected much. Buddha says the Buddha is apatiman. But people, in order to respect, pay to the Buddha or Buddha image, but that does not represent. It's a kind of a game. Beautifully prepared, the Buddha image, and that is not what the Buddha is saying. It is difficult to locate that. It is difficult to see characteristic features, no manifestation. So whenever you come up to that level, there is no person you can see, no characteristic, very boring, no limits, it's boundless. You can't explain by language. That you have to understand something special happening. Be respectful. But that is not being taught in our education. Education is always teaching about the materiality, shapes, and beauty. So for that you have to be beautiful. Otherwise you will be chasing behind beauty. That's why Buddha has extraordinary beauty features. There's nothing to see outside. People will look at Buddha. It is his past endowments. Yeah, it was anyway about 15 minutes.
As I say, I never thought that we would ever be discussing Lady Gaga and Beyonce here at this sport.
Sasha,
I think her name is Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Yes.
Beyonce.
These are very famous pop icons.
Yeah.
They are
Sasha
manufactured.
is like Kalu Amtu, black.
Yeah.
Gaga is very white. Yeah, but prostitutes, especially Gaga. But Sasha is not that. Sasha is married.
Yes. These are pop icons who manufacture a lot of culture and
By Sony
things.
company.
Yes, yes.
Sony.
Yes, and I think the way they propagate these ideas of a free life, it's very entrapping, and so many people follow them towards the light post, to such another light post. But those who have no
Like Kalu Amtu.
Yes. He was previously on that side, but now he's
Now, no one is so following Kalu Amtu. Present moment, present Kalu Amtu, no one like that.
Oh yeah, yes, that's right. It's a lonely path for Kaluhandu. Yes, so anyways, regarding this sutta, something really caught my attention when the Buddha said that the pretty things remain in the world, but it is that tendency to go after them that is the sanyojana, that is the lust that binds you to the repeated rebirths, coming and going all over again. So I think it is, especially for me, it is difficult to come to terms with the fact that there are pretty, beautiful things, but there is also the possibility that I am not attracted to them.
No, that is, we are not rejecting beauty, we are not attracted to beauty. Let that be. Because many people are getting so much of dopamine hormone by beauty. Let them have their innocent desire. But be careful. Your beauty is because of your sex feelings and the sensuous feelings. Look at that. Each time you look at it, they get frustrated. You have to look at it. So don't try to deny it. Then you are developing hatred. Let that be. And you are not attracted, you are not distracted. That is the way you become beautiful. You become respecting that kind of a person. There's no such a person as such. But it's a kind of a entity. No manifestation or no signs and no establishment upon which that person is living. He is everywhere. Respecting.
And one of the suttas or the Sutta Nipata I read, the Buddha also says that the Muni, he does not get attached, and he also does not strive to get detached. So no liking, no rejecting. The Muni is nowhere to be found. Let's just recall that to mind.
As far as the verbal way of detachment is, you are not praising something, you are not critical something, you are mute. Not talking. So you are mute. You are Muni. It's more related to words. When you are talking something, either you appreciate it or depreciate it. Yes, otherwise you don't feel like talking. Can you talk about this wall? Nothing. You don't give anything, nothing to say, add it into it, nothing to deny it. But what you are talking about is something arousing, modifying, making more fussy, making more ha-hu. So today with AI, information technology, they go crazy. Whatever you are talking is a defilement. So mute is Muni. That's the way Venerable Dhammika interpreted it to mean. Mute means Muni. Mute. Not expressing anything, not judgmental, and shut your mouth up. Just observe. Don't have experiment and observation, no inferences. In our grade 8, we have to divide the page into 3. Experiment, observation, inference. That's the way. We boil water and put the Bunsen condenser, and then water appears from the vapor. Okay. But here, no inference, no conclusion, no decision. Experiment is happening, observation is happening. You are not expressing yourself, then you become mute. It's very wise, or very crooked. I do it.
Very unconventional, but a very beautiful teaching.
Same thing, Swami Nasa, that what he has pointed out, also mentioned in this same sutta, Ahasi sankhang nacha mana majjala, acchechi tanhang idanama rupe, tang chinna ganthang anigaham nirasam, pariyesamana najjagamu, deva manussa idava hurangva, sangesuva sabba nivesane suti. That means that he has cut off the mana, the conceit, and the tanha, the craving, also cut off about this namarupa, the name and form. And again, all the ganthas, the knots are abandoned, and he has no desires. And for the people who are looking for him, they can't find him.
That is more difficult in behavior, physical, but very easy to do in verbal behavior. Don't talk. That's it. Whether you are enlightened or not. Maybe you are idiot, you don't know. Shut your mouth up that way. Very difficult with the mind, very difficult with the body, but very easy in the sense, in verbal. So in Anapanasati Sutta, Buddha never talk about the verbal restraint. Kaya Sankhara, Chitta Sankhara mentioned, but Pachi Sankhara not mentioned. But the commentator is asking, it's very important because we are living in a society, people are talking. And he himself gives an answer. Those who are entertaining, talking, never can do Anapanasati meditation. First and foremost, it must be given data. You know how to shut your mouth up. Then you are qualified to do physical Anapana and mental part, but the verbal part, you must have a basic, it's a basic qualification. Buddha is not teaching you. Because Buddha is a mute. There is a Muni. That's why in the meditation retreat he says, don't talk. Listen, if you have a question, listen, I'll put it in the question and answer session, and let other people be at peace. Don't go and talk with them. Then both are in trouble. So in Panitarama, they put notices on the trees, true to pure, which short to the point, and short and sweet. Then the point, but don't talk about nonsense and the frivolous talks. He's not telling you not to talk. Short and sweet, short to the point. And he also does the same. So there are some girls attending him. He says only once. Exactly. But if that girls cannot understand, he ran by. One day I went there, and he wanted to show me a particular, like a stanza. Asked that girl, go and bring that Samyutta Nikaya, Sagataka Varga, Katulapanayaka Devata, and she lost it. And I saw he is becoming blue, red, white, all the colors. And again announced, but it's Samyutta Nikaya. I told you once, Samyutta Nikaya, Sagataka Varga, Katulapanayaka Varga. Yeah, he is now going and searching. Went there, he told whatever the effort I have taken to raise up this girl, useless. You see, this is what I wanted to show you. And that girl is telling one day, you think we are very lucky to be with my Sayadaw, but it's like walking on the razor blade. So sharp. If other can't hear it, none of his problem. So you have to be very attentive. All the words are full of organic meaning. Sometimes I go there and crack jokes inside. He can't understand because I am such a foreigner, came new. I don't care. He is happy to laugh, but he can't. Hesitating, all of a sudden I crack a joke. No one is doing because everyone is respecting him like a omnipotent, omnipresent God. So I was a serious meditator. Very rarely I get a chance. I just laugh at it. But you find papers and kind of thing. You told me, read this. This is what I am telling. Nonsense. I am telling what I feel. Like me, but in the society, he never give any prominence to me. Because I don't know when that time I am going to crack a joke. It's my nature. So the people not talking, with something expressing, they can do out of three ways. Body and mind is talkative and monkey mind. With the verbally, if you can maintain it, you see the effect on the inner chatter. Effect in the non-committing way of bodily action. If you are talking, you get committed. You talk, this is good, this is bad, then you have to live like that. Live up to that. But if you are not expressing, I mean, non-judgmental and it's called aviruddha pratipada. Aviruddha means non-coercive and non-coercive, no reaction for anything, good or bad. Non-reaction. So unhuman. You can do only in verbal at the beginning. Later, slowly, you can see physically and mentally possible. But if you can't even never tried about this verbal restraint, very difficult. But in a discussion, you have to talk. What is the book you are referring? Eric Fromm. I have a copy here. Yeah, in my library. Fear of freedom. And one person is sitting on the prison, 10 feet high, brick wall. And there is a ladder. And beyond the ladder, we don't know. He is so shaken not to climb up on the ladder. He is so happy to get imprisoned beyond the brick walls. And no ceiling, no roof. Ladder is there. But he is afraid of looking beyond walls. This is the human mind. Buddha given ladder. He says, no, we are not old enough to practice meditation. We are not old enough to become monks. So we are waiting. It is given. They are very happy with household life, the brick walls and all the kind of thing. So Eric Fromm, he met Zen masters, and Zen Buddhism is very, very strict about talking. They say Theravada masters are religious ceremonies directors. Always in church. Talking. Now it is time up for the Pillar part. Bell will go. Thank you very much for the participation. This is the end of our English medium discussion.
As I said, very fortunate we are to gather and discuss the Dhamma. And this is a meritorious deed, listening and teaching the Dhamma. And therefore, we would like to extend these merits to our teachers, our parents, our relatives. May all our relatives rejoice in this merit making. May all the devas rejoice in this merit making. And may all deities protect the Dhamma and the Buddha Sasana for a long time. May the seeds of Dhamma that we have received continue to grow, producing path, fruition, and Nibbana. I invite everyone to join in the recitation of the traditional Pali verses for the sharing of